You're watching ABC 45 News at 6.
We have been covering the turmoil between the Graham Police Department and some of its residents for months now. People have protested over the way the department handled a rally at a Confederate statue. They've also been upset about a recent police officer hire. ABC 45's Samir Nefsi joining us live from police headquarters tonight. Samir, you are the first TV reporter to speak to the new chief about the controversies.
Milla, I have been tracking this story all the way since March when the department hired a fired Greensboro officer. And of course, that hiring not sitting well with some residents here in the city of Graham. And after a month of discussion, Police Chief Christy Cole granting me an interview. Important to note, this marks her first on-camera interview. Tonight, she's discussing everything from the direction of the department to why some feel the department cannot be trusted.
COVID-19 practically shut down the world in 2020, but it had little to do with growing tensions in Graham. Population 15,000. The Graham Police Department was embroiled in public backlash following the I Am Change March of 2020. They made national attention for arresting and pepper spraying protesters at a Confederate statue in downtown Graham.
We were just not prepared for that. We had never been under that spotlight from our community or the public as we were in 2020.
The department is currently involved in ongoing litigation from those protests.
Do you feel as a community leader that there's a lot of trust for you and the department as a whole?
I think for part of the community that we serve, yes. I think part of the community, there's been an unwavering trust, right? There's not been any incident or any national message that has made part of our community feel disconnected from police.
Chief Cole is no stranger to the department, joining the force in 1997, moving through the ranks, starting out as an intern.
We were very hopeful when Chief Christy Cole took office that she would represent us.
Being the first female chief that puts you at a disadvantage.
I think there are more expectations placed on me than my male counterparts at times.
Some city residents lost faith in the department after the October protest.
It was just a slew of challenges that were coming at us all at once. And as simple as it seems, the media is knocking on your door and we're all like, oh my goodness,
The attention would swamp the chief, who at the time had only been in the position for a matter of weeks.
This is the first time that I think in my career in this position that I've sat down and talked to someone face to face, a reporter.
Following the public backlash, the department moved towards a limited communication with the media and public. The department dealing with a whirlwind of issues all at the same time, including communication errors, a lack of community engagement, their first officer-involved shooting, a then-chief on leave, the October protest, and COVID-19. Cole says the George Floyd and October protests would change how the department thought they were doing.
Prior to 2020, we really felt like we were doing a great job, right? Like we were doing a bang-up job.
The wake-up call prompted change. Following ongoing department standards, they launched a review of the October protest, initiating old and new training practices and applying for a grant to hire new officers that would focus on working with the community. The department came under fire again for hiring former Greensboro officer Doug Strader in March of 2021. He's one of the officers attached to the fatal hog-tying of Marcus Smith in September of 2018, who was eventually fired from Greensboro for shooting at a fleeing car.
Do you guys think that was an appropriate hire?
I do feel like Officer Strader was an appropriate hire for our department. He brings with him many years of experience, training, and education.
To have someone come on the police department with that background, it's almost as if it was an intimidation move.
I think as a new chief going in, for me, I did not consider the impact or the perception that the community may have. So it really took sitting down with community members and listening to their perception of me hiring.
Cole acknowledges Strader's background, but ultimately, he would still need to have a comprehensive background check done by both the department and state. The final approval coming from the state's training and standards before Strader could join the team.
It's not just, here, let me give you a job. It doesn't work like that.
The department is now trying to find community leaders that can help to work with Graham PD.
Is there room for improvement? Absolutely. There's always room for improvement, but we could be better than what we have been.
Chief Cole has held 25 community conversations as a way to bridge a gap between the force and the community they serve.
I know that we have to succeed as a team at building our relationships with our community members, and that's going to be the groundwork for our department evolving and moving forward in the profession, is to have strong ties to our community.
And Chief Cole saying if the department is going to turn a corner, that they are going to need local leaders here in the city of Graham to help them do so. And that, of course, starts with making sure the police department is reflective of the community that they serve. As of right now, the department is made up of 18% minority and female employees. The Graham Police Department has also issued a statement in light of the media coverage. You can head on over to abc45.com to review that statement in its entirety. Until then, Samir Nafsi, ABC 45 News.
Samir, thank you.